Well, let's try this again, folks. I'm going to actually, before I jump in here, verify my oil change went through. Yes, it did. Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone, to KingPittdawg Racing. We're going to jump in here. We locked up on the last video while I was clearing out some storage space. So we got plenty for this race. So we're going to go ahead and enter. And we're running here at Circuit de la Sarthe. We're in the, actually, Group 2 prototype Toyota GT1. So those who don't know, we do have the HECS season underway. We are into round 3, which is coming up. Event number 3, I should say. I don't actually call them rounds. Spring event 3, which we reschedule from this weekend to next weekend. It is the Round the Earth event. It is a quad event, so 4 races per night, 4 tracks. So a topless, Mount Panorama, Barcelona, and we'll probably go a topless, Barcelona, Mount Panorama, then Willow Springs, or we might even go Willow Springs and then come back around to Mount Panorama last. Regardless, that'll be in the HECS cars, and we'll be running that. Just some weird things going on here. Back in a little bit lower split here, but we'll be running that event on Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night will be 4 qualifying heat races, so we'll run qualifying at a topless, then we'll do die roll inverts for all the other races. Oh, please don't change on me. I just spent all this time doing this. I'm too busy making my own commercial up there that I didn't make sure this is actually streaming. Yeah, it says it's streaming, so that's good. All right, here we go. Let me get the VR on so you guys will get a blue screen here while I set up my VR, and it doesn't matter anyway. I needed to go to my garage. That's what I needed to do. And change into my medium tire so I don't have to keep doing this. Alright, I'm going to get my VR on real quick. Everybody will get a blue screen real quick, so bear with me just a moment. Alright, test, here we go. Look around. Try to get this where it's supposed to be there. There we go. It's really hard to do with my glasses on, which I've been doing the last few days. The allergies are just horrible. So, here we go. And we've been running... Well, I don't have to... I had to restart, so I got to restart the... We're gonna run a little negative here, see if we can go out here to, or a little positive. We've been running negative during the race, but I'm not concerned about tire wear right now. And my VR is crooked, so we're gonna straighten that out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a couple of things they really need to straighten out on this VR. Number one, if I'm sitting, it shouldn't be resetting where I'm looking all the time. What'll happen is it'll reset in between. If I'm looking in the corner of the screen at something, when it resets the next screen or the next page or whatever you call it, next scene, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, it'll lock the screen forward there. It's kind of dumb. I could see it if you were. I could see it if you're playing a stand-up game, but when you're sitting, I don't know why it would ever change. It's just kind of stupid. Once you set it, it should be locked. So what'll happen is if I'm looking at like the statistics or something, and it changes screens, all of a sudden I'll have to be, you know, it feels weird too, because you're like, my head's turned, but I'm sitting in my rig, and the thing is just, it's just like, it just seems weird, because you're actually, to look straight, you're like turning your head, so. See if we can lay down a good lap here. We're going to get some heat in these tires. We're going to push it on this first lap. I usually don't. But we're out here by ourselves. I just don't want to pick up a penalty that drags over to the next lap. And I know Drago and Nana mentioned something to me in the chat. He had left the race. So yeah, no hard feelings on that if he's watching or hears this about this. You know, it is what it is. We're just racing, and yeah, I say some things when I'm pissed off, but you can't take that to heart. I don't have a really mean bone in my body, really, to be honest with you. Oh, this thing's acting. It's like bouncing around on me. I don't know if you can tell that on the screen, but drop back again here. Sit up a little bit. Alright, we gotta be penalty free on this lap. Alright, baby, come on, let's go. Pull down this straightaway. Come on. And again, I am not sure because I don't get speed. There's nowhere in here I can read speed when I'm in VR. I don't know if I'm better off shifting into 6th or not, so we're gonna push it and stay in 5th in most of the track here. Unless they get that green light to shift. But right down there in the center part, it gives me a green when I get into the red, so I think that's telling you to shift. Yeah, I'm not looking at that, but I'm catching it out of the peripheral. Usually you can get it by sound eventually, but I've only driven this 2 races now, so... Try to do a very little input here to get through these very slight bends, but stay off the rough part of the road. I saw some purple up there, but I think everybody's going to be getting purple because it's the only lap that really counts. I don't know if that matters. You get on it, come on! 4th, alright. Alright, that's acceptable. We got 1 left. See if that holds up. We got 2 minutes here. I'm going to actually pull my VR, seems a little blurry, so I'm going to pull it off and clean it while this is timing out. It may bounce you back and forth here, so I apologize, because when I clean this, there's a little sensor in there that tells it when it's on my head, and it's hard not to get that thing in the kind of quasi-dark here. Alright, there we go. I'm going to clean my glasses. Not the ideal thing to wear glasses with the VR. In fact, the only scratches I got on my glasses are right smack dab in the middle of my right eye when I rubbed the VR screen against it last year, right after I got these things too. And I don't usually wear my glasses a lot, but I've started to getting a lot of eye floaters, so I'm starting to give my eyes a little bit of a break here and there. Ah, much better. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. I got a lot of people I've raced with. Who flung poo? I've seen that one before. Alright, so we ended up down to 5th, but that's acceptable. Hopefully we'll get a good run here. Last race I started 9th, and going into after the Mulsanne, you got that little kink, and then you go into a hairpin, like the chicane there, that hairpin, and somebody got me and pushed me right out in the gravel, and I couldn't get going. I was 16th. So Alright, well, let's see what happens here. Hopefully this thing doesn't lock up on me. It locked up while I was sharing videos on my previous video. So here we go. I'm going to put on my VR while this is starting to go through here. Oh, come on. Do not do this to me right now. No reason it should have any problems tracking anything. Alright, here we go, folks. It is the Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup, and we are driving at Circuit de la Sarthe, home of the famous 24 Hours at Le Mans. We are driving in the Group 2 Toyota GT1, or the TS020. It is Nations Cup Round 1, and this is attempt number 3 for me. We finished 5th and 9th, so hopefully we can improve on that in this race. If I can finish in a podium, I will probably be done for the night, but if not, I want to keep striving to get better here and raise my DR, so see what we can do. Ricky Bobby with a good time there. Dan. Oh, I know a lot of these guys are familiar. There we are in our partial livery there. Best I could do it in about 8 minutes. Hank? Good luck, guys. Chase me. I've been racing with them for a while here. Last couple of races, I think. Another brave one in the GTR with all these GT1s. Mother, who I actually raced pretty clean with, so had some problems in the past with them, but they seem to do pretty good in this one. Somebody said at one time that maybe sometimes their kid is racing, and I think that's when we have problems. So, all right, here we go. Let's set our. We're going to set our brake balance at -1. And we'll watch our times here. So, here we go, folks. It's 10 laps here. We got 1 minimum pit stop. We do not need to stop for fuel. So here we go. Racing at the famous Le Mans circuit. It is 3, 2, 1, and we are green. Here we go. Cold tires, I'm going to be really careful coming into this first corner. Just try not to get run over as well. Cold tires, boy. You can tell. And we're off, and we got a little bit of a gap. Again, if you look in both mirrors, it looks like the cars are both on both sides, so another issue with the VR they need to fix. I wished I could be on a forum or something to help these guys out, because there's a lot of people in VR just for this game, and including myself. Yeah, I'm not going to be as conservative as this race as I have with the other ones. As far as trying to save fuel, there's really no problem with fuel on this race, so first race I was kind of feeling things out to see how things were going. Dude, I gave you plenty of room. I was on the damn curb. Well, he's going to have to come around and get his penalty next lap. Tires are still a little cold. Takes mediums about a full lap to really get full operating temperature. I didn't quite get that entry right, but I was able to break through it. Had a little bit of space. The car behind me. Didn't get off there very good, but I've been spinning my wheels there, so I'm being really conservative. Oop, he overdrove that one just a little bit. Dude, you got to give your lane up a little bit. You can't just go all over the track. A lot of people don't know how to race side by side. You cannot run full speed. You have to give up a little bit. Just not quite getting the full slip here. Later, dude. like I pulled away from them a little bit. See if I can close in on the people in front of me here. Sticking with me pretty good there. It's really hard to tell in these mirrors. And I don't get a split on the screen. It's another thing they should fix. All I can do is try to make sure I'm getting the fastest times every lap, which I'm not in this lap. I early shifted there a little bit. I don't know if it spun or what. This guy may have had a penalty in front of me. Ooh, 343.6, that's pretty good. I think that's probably the best I've run in the whole thing here so far. Little slip there, gotta be careful. I think we're slowly catching this guy in front of us here. Alright, so we had some people pitting there on lap 4. We're going to go to lap 6 this time. Last time I pitted in lap 7. I want those fresh tires for as many laps as possible. As you start to lose that rear grip as you start to wear the rear tires down, so that's critical for acceleration. Ooh, we got a good run through there that time. Ooh, we're going to close in on him this time. Being very conservative because I've gone over a couple of times there, so I'm going to be really conservative in these chicanes. Probably costing me several tenths per lap, but if I go over, it's really going to be a disaster, so we're going to be careful and push it hard. In this one, I can drive a little deeper. I gotta slip now. Put the pressure on him, make him make a mistake. Woo, almost overdrove that trying to watch his brakes. Alright, we'll pit this lap. And that'll give us really fresh tires. We can really run hard for these last 4 laps. Ooh, cut that. I do not want to get a penalty here. We went way wide there. He may get a penalty. I don't see anything popping up. Experiment here and go into 6th and see if I pull in on him at all. And this slip. Oh, he got loose, made him make a mistake. That's what I needed. That really gave me a good gap there too. He drove just a little too hard in there. Just putting the pressure on him. I think he's busy with another car back there now. So I gotta stay mistake free here. Still ran a 3.43904. I gotta be real careful in here. I've had a couple of close calls. Alright, we're going to pit this time. Tires are getting a little sketchy, so we don't want to lose any time. Don't refuel. Alright, here we go. We're going to have 4 laps to go and we head back out there. And we came in running 3rd place. It almost seems like when you're in the slip, if you go into 6th gear, that you gain more. And I don't know what that would be. Maybe just right in the power band at the correct spot. I don't know. There we go. All right. Cold tires, we got to be real careful. I didn't go into 3rd there. Dagnabbit, that cost me probably half a second. Got through there good though. And looks like we're clear of anybody, so we'll see what happens here. We're in 4th. Probably got a couple of guys that haven't pitted yet. At least one. So I came in 3rd. I should come back out in 3rd because there wasn't... They're starting to get a little grippier here. I think by the Porsche corners there, Goodyear and Porsche corners, we're going to be good. We're going to be a little bit conservative going in here. Usually I can run in here pretty hard, but see, that's what I don't want to do, is go wide and slide it there. I contained it, but if she started to slide, you could hear it. Scrubbing off speed. We want to go nice and smooth. Don't see anybody around me here. So apparently one of the cars I was around didn't pit. Probably that Snyder one, maybe? I don't know. That I passed when he overdrove. Alright, we passed somebody in the pits there. Man, still, that's a really touchy corner there, how you enter that. So I don't see anybody around me here. I'm going to go ahead, when we get up here about 7,000 RPM, I'm going to go to 6th and see if, because we're kind of going downhill. Wait till we're going downhill and go to 6th. I don't know if it's faster or not. I can't quite tell, but we'll watch our lap time. Well, we're picking up. I'm going to try it again down here. I don't know if this is downhill, though. I'm tap dancing on that brake and throttle there, through there. Trying to get as much acceleration where I can and then get it to stick as it goes through the corner without going wide. Again, if we can go downhill here, we're going to go into 6. Just I want to see if it's faster. It seems to be actually faster. Ah, I hit the rev limiter, damn it. When I hit the rev limiter, I probably would have broke my fast lap there. I was too busy looking at the time. Don't look at the time! Man, I had one really fast super lap there because that seemed pretty fast. And I was 114 off there. I must have been really quick through there at one point. Try to straighten the track out as much as you can. I think it really is helping doing that, shifting into 6th. When I was really pushing it, I wasn't, but I got such a gap forward and backwards, I'm just going to see what kind of times I can run here. Going up here, so I'll hold the lower gears a little bit farther. .146 up on my fast lap, and I was down 0.14. I lost a little bit in that last sector. Lap and a half to go. Unless somebody forgot to pit, looks like I'm locked in for 3rd gear as long as I don't screw up. I don't see anybody behind me anywhere close. I don't really see anybody in front of me, so we got a pretty good gap here. Trying higher gear here, see if that helps the traction. Do a little experimenting if I do decide to run the last race. Quite a bit slower that time. I'm getting a little too conservative. Oh, there's somebody. There's my chance. 2nd place there. He's on cold tires. If he changed tires at all. Keep the pressure on him just like we did before. Not overdrive here. Oh yeah, we got him. We're rolling him, reeling him in. Taking my spot. I think he probably went tires. That's how he got in front of me again. But I'm telling you what, with these tires, it makes a huge difference. Just the traction getting off the corners is ridiculous. I ran a 43.6, and I'm up almost 4/10 on that. That was that slip I got off of him there. .343.4, yeah, baby. Woohoo! Man, he was gone. Holy crap! I ran good laps, and where the hell did he take off from? Jeez, 27 seconds. Damn! Holy shnikes! Huh. Got a podium? No. Damn, that was pretty damn impressive. Oh, we almost didn't save my replay after I spent all that time clearing them out. $76 points, I don't know. I don't know. Depending on what kind of split I get. I don't know. That was just really fun. I mean, the car is really fun to drive. Well, we'll figure it out. Whoop. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. The second place is pretty damn good, so even though it's kind of a lower split, I don't know, that is fun though. Damn, I don't know. I got like 30 seconds to make my decision. Shoot. Ah, we're going for the win. What the hell? You only live once, might as well make it short and sweet. Poo flung poo. Let's see if we're in a higher split this time. Oh yeah, higher split. Alright, we'll see what happens here. Who else has been in here that I miss? Alright, so we're going to put the, we're going into qualifying here. Alright. Whoop. Again, we're going to let everybody get out there. Pull the old spectacles up tight. Get the headset on. We're going to set our brake bias for qualifying to rear here. Yeah, maybe we'll go. We're going to go negative. All right, here we go. I'm going to quali with the using 6th gear this race just to see. Seems like it kind of stalls on acceleration, then picks up, but I can't tell. I don't have nowhere I can tell what speed I'm actually going. Didn't get that. I was too busy worrying about speed. That's okay. It's just the out lap. This is just tire warming up and going uphill, you got to hold that gear a little bit. Ooh, he threw me off. I screwed up my entry there. That's okay, it's just... I don't know if I want him in front of me, if I can get around him. Might be able to get him here. Oh man, he broke hard. We're gonna give a little space here. We caught another slower car. Hang on. This could be a problem. Here we go. Alright. It's our one-time lap. Here we go. Probably going to need him in the 143s to be good with this split. Felt a little slow through there. Again, we're going to use 6th gear on this one. Try to experiment here and see what happens. bit too quick a shift there. We are kind of going uphill here. And we're going to crest the hill down here. And then we're going to go into 6th gear. Had to burp it just a little bit there, tried something different. Maybe a little too early on that shift, but we'll dive in here hard. Lap seems to be pretty good so far. We'll see if we can keep it up. Yes! 143. Oh, jeez! Holy crap! I like look up thinking I'm like on P1 or 2 and holy cow, P6? Oof. Well, it's going to be a little tougher in this one. We've still got 3 guys running, so we'll see if we can hold on to that 6th place. I liked my strategy of using the lap 6 pit stop because I had more tires than that German Racing did. I like that. Looks like he hit the wall. Or another car. Who flung poo? Ergophobia. Beezy money. Brain damage, mercury topaz. I don't know why it's keep going. If it looks like everybody's done, why it's keeps the timer going, but oh well. Take a look around the car here. I actually haven't done that since I've been in here. This VR just can't make up. See how it's bouncing around when I turn? It can't make up its mind where it wants to position. All right, as we count down here again, folks, don't forget we've got next weekend, Friday night and Saturday night, we've got the HECS Event 3. It's the Around the Earth Special. We'll be running 4 tracks Friday night and the same 4 tracks on Saturday night. So we have qualifying heat races at each track and then races at each track, main races. Not a big difference in the split on points, so qualifying heat races are going to be important this week. Alright, so going from 6th here. And we're going to have a 4th place finish to match our points from the last race. So alright, ladies and gentlemen, the last one available tonight. It is the Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup, and we are driving at Circuit de la Sarthe in France, virtually, of course. And we are driving in the Toyota GT1 from 1999, also known as the Toyota 020, TS020, and we're racing for Team USA. It is round 1 of the official 2024 Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup. Here we go. 24 du Mans racetrack. As we say, 24 hours of Le Mans. Let's go through the field. We got some fast cars in this one. Guys running in the 30s. 339.598, that is flying. 340.458. 349.16. Still in the 40s, they're 41. 342. And I ran my best lap yet, a 343.152. Pooh with a 546. Hank with a 4493. Covert with a 4673. Mullet with a 45.7. Student there with a 46. Turbo with a 46. Dane with a 48.161. 51.765. And Oliver didn't get a lap in there. So, alright, here we go. Let's make sure we're set. We're going to go -1 on the brake bias. And here we go. Final time, 10 laps here at the 24-hour Du Mans Circuit de la Sarthe. We're starting 6th. And thank you all for joining KingPittdawg Racing. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment if you're watching on a replay. If you want to join our HECS, message me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we are green. We're going to take it easy going in this first corner. Hopefully don't get run over here. We got a little bit of a mix-up here. We're going to try to pull a draft off the taller GTR here. Alright, up to 4th here. Pretty good start. This is where we need to maintain in order to pull the same points we had from the previous race, so hopefully we'll improve on that. Oh, that tire's still not quite warm enough. Got a little spinach there. You gotta be really careful running this tight a pack. You cannot have those mistakes. Keep an eye on those guys in my mirror. Should be able to drive this in pretty hard here. Oh, he drove off. Ooh, we got in there. Yeah, the leader went too hard. Now we are fighting for the lead. Woohoo! Here we go, folks. It's on. You're gonna have to go around me on the outside, buddy. He's got a penalty, so we're going to lose him up here. Ooh, I almost caught that wall. Damn, that was close. So we'll get by him here. He held that pretty well. I'm holding the inside here. Alright, we're going to try to hang on to that leader. I know he's pulling away a little bit. And just be careful. I'm also watching my mirror too much. Probably more than I should be. Oh, come on! People have been doing that all night. Bloody hell. I knew I should have held that tighter. God damn it. That might cost me 2 spots. I really got to push here. Got a little bit of distance on the GTR behind me. I don't know if Gitter's going to catch me here. He may. I'm going to hold the inside, though. Don't try to go too wide through here. Woo. Come on, dude. Now I'm gun shy. Man, this GTR he is good to be able to drive that GTR this fast. Man, good job. I'm glad I ran this race. Regardless of what happens, it's already been super fun. I love racing tight like this. You got guys that are really good. I couldn't find him. I thought he was right beside me. Kind of screwed up my entry there. I think he went in the pits, actually. Oh, Oliver lost it. Oh, no. That was... Oh, man, I was having fun trying to catch him. Alright, now I gotta go back after second place there. As long as I don't screw up, I got a pretty decent gap here. And where we end up coming out in the pit stops with Bedard there, the GTR, got pretty good position for a podium here as long as I don't make a big mistake here. Now we crest the little hill here, and down right about here we're going to go into 6th. Lost a little bit there. I think I just pushed that one corner a little too far. The one in the chicane, and that's the fine line you dance across here. Getting caught from behind here. I gotta get on it. I got that fast guy that ran the 39 is behind me here. I don't know, I'm trying to find any kind of speed I can find. These guys I think are faster than me. I'm gonna have to really push it here. I overdrove just a little bit. Didn't seem to harm me too much. Yeah, he's pulling, reeling me in here. Oh, I think he hit the wall going in the pits. Alright, we're going to pit this lap just like we did in the last race. Get tires. Oh shit! Ah! I just glanced over to look at my tires and that's what happened. I was like, oh, can I go without tires? No. I can run so much harder with them. These guys are testing me here. These are some good drivers in here. Man, I got lucky there. I didn't throttle up while I was off track there. That would have been a penalty. Medium tires, no fuel. Alright, boys. Let's make it happen here. We're all in the pits. Top 3. See where we come out. Look at all the fuel I've got compared to those guys. Jeez. That's using 6th gear. I think it's faster. I don't know. I know it's faster in the draft. Alright, here we go. Let's go, boys. 4 on, 4 off. Gotta be careful. Fresh tires, cold tires. Surprisingly, I thought I'd be right by the GTR, but I think he's behind me. I think that's him behind me, so I must have been making a pretty good time. I ran a 3:44.0. Looks like it says I can get in the 42s. I don't want to push too hard. I do want to catch this guy in front of me, though. Alright, we got 4 laps to do it. Well, about 3.5 now. We'll see where that guy that was so fast comes out. Come on, baby, stick. Alright, he's behind me. I'm gonna try to hold him off. We'll see. Mirror driving here, I gotta watch my road here. Whoa, a little too deep there. Damn it. Just trying to outdrive him and couldn't quite get there. Oh, he got a penalty. Oh, I got one too. Shit. See, he had to serve his now. I got to serve mine next lap. Crap. Yeah. I got to kick it. Kick it in the tail here. shit. She spun a little bit. I am pushing as hard as I can. These tires are a little older than what I've been racing with in the earlier in the races. He's got the advantage because he gets the whole lap to try to catch me. And I gotta try to do it on the last. You ain't keeping up my stream, boy. Where did he get me? I don't even know where he went. I couldn't find him. Who's gonna make the mistake? Nah, I went off. I got a penalty. Oh well. Yeah, there it goes. I was hoping it'd kill my penalty at the same time, but it didn't. Huh. That was a good, fun race, man. That was a hell of a race. He's definitely faster than me. It was taking everything I've ever learned to try to keep him behind me. Well, I equaled the same points I had, so it didn't cost me anything, and I had a bunch of fun, so that was definitely worth it. Ah, that was fun. Man, that was that was an absolute blast. And I've had some really fun, tight races, but that guy was really good, man. Oh, did he leave? Oh, man. Why wouldn't it let me send that? I guess he did leave, okay. Oh, there he is, right there, yeah. Man, that was fun. Wow. I gotta check my Game of Thrones here. I got 2 minutes. I think it was a few points short here. Let's see. 24 heures du bain. Better change the oil on that thing. But that thing was fun. That car was a blast, man. I remember driving that in, what was it, GT2 or 3 or 4 or something. I think it's GT2. Oh man, I'll be just short. Ooh! Ooh, man, 8 seconds left and I got it. I got my 700. Woohoo! Haha! Anybody who plays Game of Thrones Conquest knows what I'm talking about. You gotta get your dailies, and I had a whole bunch of stuff I hadn't collected. And I had to kill 2 creatures, so... I got it! Got my 700 daily. That gives me good stuff when you do that. It's good stuff, you know, stuff. Ah! Well, that was an absolute blast. I even debated not even running that race, and that was fun. Now I gotta get up here and run this thing. Get some money. So we're gonna rent... Actually, I think I might have one of these. Nope, okay. Rent an event-specific car. Oh, we gotta do the black car with red. That's pretty much my colors, except for maybe some blue. Alright, let's see what my friend's ranking board is. 139, so that's fast, man. That's flying here. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah, that's cruising. So where's gold at? Yeah, 139.5. Wow. Holy cow. Alright, well, I'm going to take a break here, folks. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to end this stream. This is boring. If you guys watching this stuff, I know you don't want to sit there and watch me run 50 different laps here. So thanks everybody again for watching. I'm going to end this now. Don't forget, we got our HECS coming up next weekend. It's event 3 for the spring series, and we will be going around the Earth, kind of Earth Day, since we're still keeping that holiday theme whenever we can on the races. So quad event again, Atopolis, Barcelona, Willow Springs, and then back to Mount Panorama. So around the Earth. So Qualifying heat races are worth 20 points, and the main races are worth 25 points on a quad event, so the qualifying heat races become more important than usual for points. So again, we'll qualify Friday night, do the qualifying heat races. We'll start at a topless. We'll qualify that night, or at a topless. Run that race based on qualifying. Then the next three, when we go to Barcelona, we'll do a die roll invert. When we go to Willow Springs, do a die roll invert. And then when we go to Mount Panorama, do another die roll invert for the start. And then we'll do the same thing on the main race night, which is Saturday night. Same, again, at each track. It'll be HECS cars, and I have to look at my notes, but I think we talked about you having to run at least 2 different cars. So we'll go through. I don't want to see like 15 of the same car. So we'll do the draft again, and now it'll start based on 10th place in points. We'll get the first shot. And I'll pull that information out. So I'll do a whole review on that. And again, we'll draft 2 cars. And you got to run the 2 cars at least twice each night. So figure out which ones you run around where. And I think I'll probably allow 2 of each car. There's plenty of HECS out there. And if somebody only has a few HECS, then we'll work with that. So, and I can real quick, actually, why don't I exit out of here? I will go over that HECS list again. Again, all the cars must have all the same stuff, and then we reduce the power and add the weight via power restrictor and ballast. And then also, if one of the cars is a real heavy power hitter, then it goes into... Let's change this so this is correct. We'll just put on medium as default. Okay. And we're going to go change the oil on this car before I do anything. Okay, let's go to the garage, and I will go through that list again just real quick, just kind of glance through it of the HECS cars, because I have a lot of questions about that, but they're really simple. Okay, so the HECS cars start right here with the Corolla Morizo. Civic Type R, G70, these are all your 22s. And again, you see the power. 250 to 255 horse, 2,800 pounds. All the cars have front splitters, side skirts, rear wings. The wings are specific. Hatchbacks, you don't get as much options. So the Subiota twins, basically the same cars. Again, 253 horse, 2,800 pounds. The Yaris, basically the same thing as the Corolla, but it's normally a lighter car, so it hurts its performance because you actually have to add a lot of ballast to it. So you got the Civic Type R. Then again, the biggest thing with this newer Supra, you can only run it with the engine swap. Okay, so it has to have the 2JZ engine swap, so it's an expensive car to build. So that's the only way it works. We cannot get the other one in spec. You cannot get the Supra RZ19 in spec, even the lower horsepower model. Because if I'm not mistaken, the 21, I think it is, or I think it's a 21, actually has more power. So that one really wouldn't be able to get down in the marks. Mazda 319, this thing has a lot of power adders because it's normally a naturally aspirated engine. So we had 4-cylinder, I think 170 horse or something. So, but it is all-wheel drive. It's naturally aspirated, but it is all-wheel drive. So that car would probably be a pretty good car, especially for a smaller track. A topless might be a good track for a car for a topless. The M2 competition, this car is limited because they've had to add, you can see the PP on it is 597, because it is restricted quite a bit. Same thing with the A110, it's a good car, but with the weight, and again, I'm contemplating maybe mid-season we might drop the weight on these cars a little bit, because all of them can pretty much get to that weight, no problem. So the A110, again, these lighter cars get hurt by the weight penalty. So because they're having to add ballast and really nothing. Some of these cars have no power adders except our standard air intake, exhaust manifold, and such. So we were able to get the Camaro down in there. It's very, very close to not making it. So with the Mustang and that, but we were able to get it in there. And then the GT86, I did build one of those. That car actually was pretty decent. The Clio, however you say it, RS Trophy. Again, these smaller cars hurt by the weight adds to get to 2,800 pounds. You can see all these are under 600 as far as the performance points. Then the Mustang GT, again, another car that we had to really limit the power on. The Focus ST, decent, pushing the 600 mark. Again, the WRX had to be had to be limited power-wise. And then the 208, basically similar car to the Peugeot to the Citroen, which we'll go through in just a few minutes. The TTS Coupe 14, a little bit more restricted on this one than the other ones. I think the, the 09 is probably the best one of the TTSs or TTs. Crown, again, this car works with the engine swap as a cup car, but in here it's using the factory V6. And it's right at the limit, so it's a pretty decent car. Pretty decent car to drive. It is a big car, so keep that in mind. The A45 AMG, another one that gets a little bit of a performance points hit because of the add of weight. Same thing with the Genesis. The RX-8, really good performer. A little bit sketchy to drive, but if you like your cars loose, that's a good one to drive. The Megane or Megane, I'm not sure exactly. I still don't know how to say that. That one right at the 600 mark, so pretty decent. Again, front-wheel drive cars are going to suffer a little bit. The DS3, basically the same as the 208 GTI, basically. Same basic platform. If you look at the cars, they're pretty much identical. Scirocco. That's a really good one, especially probably the best front-wheel drive car we've got on the list. 612.97 just right out of the box, so that's a good one. Again, here's the TTS Coupe 09, and that one was decent. Drove really well. I drove that thing. It drove really well. The Me Too, again, restricted by the extra weight. If we reduce the weight on these to like 2750 or something, this car would be helped substantially. The Fairlady Z, these cars are right pushing the limits of the of the performance points. So not a lot of adjustments you can do on these to get them in the once you get them in the spec. You're going to have to run extra aero on them, things like that. And then aero on the back, not the front. Put aero on the front, it increases the performance points. So you got to be real careful with these, trying to run these in there because you may not be able to make the specs. The R8, again, this is the one I had a nice livery on, and it disappeared when it locked up on me. The Lancer Evolution, this is the 9. One of the guys wanted to drive this and did, and it was decent. Mini Cooper, again, limited, but this is the only car that I allow a supercharger on because it is supercharged. So we do upgrade the supercharger, try to get the power up there, and we do. But it's limited because we have to add so much ballast. Same thing with the Impreza here. It's limited because I think this version of the Imprezas is actually the best as far as the performance points go. And that's because it's kind of in its wheelhouse on the weight. And the power didn't have to be restricted as much as the newer version. The DeLorean, again, might be a good car for the vintage, and we'll be running that Goodwood this summer. The M3, that car is really pushing the limits too, so you have to be real careful with that one. This Quattro VR6 version, I actually liked this one, even though it wasn't quite as fast. I did like driving it. I did like the little bit more punch of the V6, the VR6, the inline V6. R34, again, limited a little bit by restricting the power. The Silvia Spec RR is right in its wheelhouse, right at 600. RX-7, this was a really good car to drive. The Viper GTS comes in pretty high on the marks. Both the NSXs are pretty good. This one's at 615, still in the limits. The Tuscan I did drive, it was decent. This car is limited again by the restrictions and the extra weight, because that car was actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, lighter than the 2,800 pounds. So S2000, another good car that's good in its wheelhouse. Same thing with the Salady. The Lancer Evolution, again, these cars limited. All these high-powered all-wheel drive rally-type cars really got restricted because of having to add weight after we reduced it and then reduced the power. So it really kind of killed their performance points. This Supra, the Mark IV Supra, decent car. I drove it. The MR2 also decent. It's a little bit down on the performance points, but if you like mid-engine, like driving mid-engine cars, that's a really good one. That was one of our original Winter Sprint Series cars. Did also make an R33, which is basically almost identical numbers-wise to the R34. And again, that follows in because of the limits and that we're adding into them, even though the R34 is more powerful. The Silvia K is basically the same thing as the Salady and 180 SX combined. That's the S14 version, though. That was actually sold here as a 240 SX. This was sold as a 240 SX with the same engine. This Porsche, the Porsche Carrera, the only one I could really get in the spec, the Cayman I could not. But, you know, if you like Porsches, this is a good one. I think this was the last of the air-cooled ones, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that was the first of the liquid-cooled. I don't remember. The R32 GTR, pretty decent. The Celica GT4, all-wheel drive car, again, hindered a little bit by power restriction. The NSX Type R, this was another good one, right at the peak performance point limits. These cars that are at the 605s are good if you want to try to pit and run soft tires, if you have to. The Delta gets a little limited here in our trim under HSSR. It was really good for Zippy in the Winter Sprint Series, but we had to add power and then take it away and then add weight. So it kind of got hurt its performance points limits. I still think it'd be a good car to race, though. The RX-7 FC, which is one that Makoto had requested. That one right at the 600 mark. This M3 Sport Evolution is actually a really good car, but kind of hurt on the performance points because we had to restrict it and add weight. The ZR1, this one pushing the limits here, but John was able to come in and run that with no practice at Daytona and did decent with it. He had a couple of, I think, a top 10 in that. And then the other Z, all the Zs are good cars. So, and then the two Supras, which I run all the time, these are identical. I just keep them for different settings. See, the one's got blue mirrors and a blue wing, and this one's got red mirrors. And I changed the numbers up a little bit just so I can tell them apart, so I know which settings I got in them. Right now they're set identical. The Sierra RS500. This is that's a pretty fun car to drive. When we do the vintage race at Goodwood, the split is going to be 1980. So it'll be 80 to 2000, which there's a few cars here under 2000. So the Tuscan, the WRX, the S2000, those cars can be run in both. They can be run in the 2000 up, and then also the 1980 to 2000. So that's going to be how the rules are going to be. So the 98s and the 02s will stick with their categories. So those, if you want to learn how to drive those cars, those would be good ones to drive for the vintage. And then now we get into the pre-1980 cars, and these are the ones I built so far. Some of these are expensive because they're legends. But this Firebird, this was the Trans Am we had for the Trans Am series, and I just went in and historized it. Just did all the adds to it, and then dropped it, add the suspension, and then reduced the weight. This was the 308 GTB, which had the little glitch when I bought it the first time. So this one, when I bought the used one, I had to rebuild the engine, rebuild the body, and everything. So it's basically a brand new car now. So 589.01 on that one. It's pretty good. All these come in pretty close numbers, these vintage cars. So we got the 3.0 CSL, and I used the CSL as opposed to the standard one or the 71 because this one was the most powerful. You can build a 71 if you want, but I would say this one's probably better. The Fugu Z, again, in this trim, this car is like almost 300 horsepower, and it was like 2,500 pounds or something. So adding weight and reducing the power really hurt the performance points level, but it's still a good car to drive. The Mustang Mach-1, this one pushing the 600 number on this one with the HECS upgrades. But again, check these older cars because a lot of them with the lower suspension, you're going to need to add some camber or add some ride height in them because they do tend to rub. The Superbird, really fun car to drive. I drove it limited as a HECS in with the unlimited ones with almost double the horsepower, and I won. So that was in the I think it was a weekly challenge race. The Skyline, there's a couple of versions of this you can build. They're basically the same. You have to pretty much build everything on the engine to get it up to spec and then add weight because it's a pretty light car, so that's why its performance point level is hurt a little bit. Same thing with the Super V, you got to limit it so much as far as the power that it kind of hurts its performance points limit. The Judge, actually, the GTO came out pretty decent, almost 580. Probably the best of these vintage are these ones you see right around 600. So you got the Mustang Boss 429/69, that's almost 600. And again, that's at HECS spec. And then this Mangusta is close to 590. This Corvette, which is actually pretty good to drive, 596. The Camaro, I drove that. Again, some of these cars, they lack aero, so that's what hurts the performance points. Ignore the weight on this and the PP on this 2000 GT because I used it in a challenge, so I dropped the weight all the way down. But you would add the ballast in it. I think it takes it to like 588 or something like that with the weight. And then GT350/65, 581, 584 for this Corvette. This Corvette was actually drove really good. And then the E-Type Coupe, you notice this one doesn't say wide car. You can't add a wide body to this one. So that one you can still build, but it's probably a decent performing car. You're probably gonna have to lift it up because it looks pretty well tucked in there, and with wide tires and wheels. The Wicked Fabrication car hurt by just the limits of what it is. So 570, and then of course the Willys doesn't even get up to speed. But I built that just for fun. And this was my 308 GT that had the glitch in it, that had full ballast on it when I bought it. That was really weird. Again, the Cayman, we can't get into spec, so we're not even going to try. And then we're down into our cup cars. So that is our list of cars. And again, we're going to do a draft like we've done. When we do the Around the Earth thing, you'll get to pick 2 cars and an alternate if you want. If you want to change one. So I will let you change one, but you still got to run it twice the second night. So have 3 cars in mind and think about the tracks you're running at. Again, 255 horse, 250 to 255 horse is the spec, 2,800 pounds, wide car, and then all those add-ons. There's plenty of videos on this. Just look up HSSR, so 3 S's, HSSR. It's the HECS stock. Hang on a minute. I can't remember what it is. Stock, specially modified spec race car. That's what it is. So there we go. There's our whole list, and that's it for tonight. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you around. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Leave me a comment if you have any questions or want to join us. Again, we have some alternate spots available for the HECS. I've had 15 drivers so far. 16 available in the room, so we do have some room for alternates when somebody's not available. So send me a message. Again, it's KingPittdawg, K-I-N, capital K-I-N-G, capital P-I-T-T, capital D-A-W-G. KingPittdawg, K-P-D is your caps. So that's it for tonight. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you around next time. Until then, KingPittdawg.